you already know about why I'm trying to convince you to come to South Korea, because it's nice, it's wonderful, it's amazing. It's not perfect, but it's nice and it's amazing. And I also told you how much you can earn if you come here and how much you can save if you live within your means. So today, in today's episode, we are going to talk about life in Korea as a South African. I'm a South African living in Korea and I've been here for 3 years. So I think I can say something about that. Okay, without wasting any further time, let's start with daily routines as a teacher. I personally, when I wake up, get ready, make food. School provides lunch, but I don't eat school lunches anymore because apparently they get me bloated. I don't know what they put in the food, but yeah. So I'll talk about that more later. But that's just me. That's how I prefer it. That's how I've been doing it. So I wake up, get ready, make my food, work out. I work out in the morning. I work best when I work out in the morning because I have an energy. I have energy for the whole day if I work out in the morning. But if I do it at night, it just doesn't work for me. Do what works for you. So, and then after working out, I take a shower, go to school. When I get to school, I prepare, start my classes, and lunchtime. And after lunch, I teach 3 classes, and then it's afternoon. In the afternoon, I teach elementary school students who are coming from their school from a public school to my school. And then I go home when I'm done teaching them. My days and someone else's day is not going to be the same because my day is not always the same because sometimes I get to school by 9:30, sometimes I get to school by 9 o'clock. It depends on the days. So with me on Mondays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, I get to school at 9:30 because I leave at 6:30. But on Tuesdays and Fridays, 9 o'clock because I leave at 6 o'clock. So it depends on, my hours are the same. The difference is when do I get to school and when do I leave, but same hours. So, and then I get home, get ready to sleep. Basically, I get ready to sleep. I make my dinner and then that's it. And then, now, what's next? Cost of living. Guys, you will not believe me, but takeouts are cheaper than the groceries, unless you're buying your grocery from the market. Because I've done comparison, and I know that if you're buying from Korean market, not their big supermarkets like Costco's and Lotte Mart and Home Plus. I'm talking about like a traditional Korean market where you find food on tables. So there, if you buy your food there, it's cheaper than the prices that you get when you go to their supermarkets. Convenience. You can get your food on your doorstep everywhere in Korea. There is no place where you say just because this one is a rural area means I cannot order in my house. You can. And if I can get groceries on my door without me leaving my house, for me, that's just soft life. And then let's talk more about food. So you will find food that you're going to like. You will find food that is going to be like, you know what, this one is just not for me. But my advice is that you try the food before you say you don't like it. I've had food which I thought I would never eat just by looking at it. But as soon as I start eating it, I'm like, okay, I love this. This is my favorite. And then you get challenges like food that just, it won't taste like home. obviously South Africa and Korea, they're so far apart, so it's not gonna taste the same at all. Mind you that you are going to find more sugar this side than the sauce that you were used to when you were in South Africa. So there's going to be that difference too. So you are going to crave South African food. Better you come with your spices. If you don't come with your spices, you're gonna have to try the spices that they have here and see what works for you, because at the end of the day, cravings are cravings, because most things here, they are sweet. When I first came here, that's when I realized that actually I love salt. I used to hate salt back at home. Like, I didn't want a lot of salt in my food, salt here and there. But when I came here, I changed my mind. I'm a fan of salt, but not anymore. I was a fan of salt, but not anymore, because now I'm used to how Korean food tastes. Like, I don't need extra salt. I'm used to it. But before, oh my God, I bought 3 kg salt after I got here. I was like, nah, I need salt. My life needs salt. And I got salt, and I felt like my life was back on track. And then I was like, I just got used to Korean. Because some stores, they didn't, or some restaurants, especially because we love Korean barbecue, some restaurants do not have salt. They don't provide extra salt like as a spice. So you kind of get used to eating food that doesn't have salt. Not that it doesn't like completely have salt. The only salt you get is from the spices that they use, or from the sauces that you have on your table, but not the actual salt, if you get what I mean. So yes, you are going to crave the food from South Africa, but you'll be fine. I promise you'll be fine. And then making friends. I choose to do this video like this today because I feel like I've tried videos in different forms or ways, and I want every video that I do to be different. Okay, back to what I was saying. Making friends in Korea, it is going to be hard, it is going to be easy. Why do I say that? It's going to be hard because if you are picky and you want the same friends you had back at home, you are in for a surprise, because you are not going to find that. You will find friends, but not the ones that you want. So what's going to happen is, if God is by your side, you will find good friends. And if God is by your side, but somehow you tend to forget to call him when you are doing things, you will get bad friends. And if God is by your side and sometimes you call him and then you forgot why you called him, know that you are going to get bad influence friends. So you get all the kinds of friends that you want, that you can actually find when you go out there. Because as a South African, when you come to South Korea, you want to put yourself out there so that people also, because we are lonely when we get here. Let's be honest, like the first step, like when you first get here, you want to connect to people who would understand you, which in case like this, it would be South Africans. But only to find out that the people that you're connecting with are not the people that like align with who you are. And you need to know that too. Not just put yourself there just because I don't have any friends, that means I have to hang out with these ones. Even if you don't want to, don't do that to yourself. But instead, keep finding friends. Like, you can find friends. Eventually you'll find good friends. I'm not saying go around and be asking to be friends with anyone, but be patient with yourself. Learn yourself first, because there's one thing that I realized, like if you were back at home we don't have time to learn what we are, who we are, what we want, and how we want to live our lives. But once you get abroad, that is where you are alone most of the time in your house, obviously. So that's the time where you're like, okay, I want friends. but I don't want friends who go out and drink every weekend. I don't want friends who are going to influence me into buying things that I cannot afford, which means I'm gonna have to be faking a lifestyle. I don't want friends who are going to not understand that I'm on a diet or what. I don't know why that came in, but apparently I am on a diet, but my friends understand, which is why I love them. Okay. And then you will find your community, but in different ways. But you need to try, connect. I'm not saying go out there and be asking for everyone to be your friends. I repeat, connect with people. You'll find your kind of people. And when you find them, you will not have stress in Korea. You have the time of your life. Also, don't look down on those Korean code teachers. You might find your friend right there where you're not expecting. Because you might think that your friend is going to be a South African or American or Canadian or what, but only to find out that you are meant to be friends with Koreans. So pay attention to those signs too. If there's someone who likes you enough and they want to spend time with you, it's even an easier way to explore Korea if you have Korean friends, because Korean people, they like exploring and finding new places to hang out, to chill, to go to. They're travelers. Koreans are travelers. You cannot tell me that, like, Koreans are not those kind of people who want to be in one place like the whole day. Of course, you're gonna find couch potatoes or those who don't want to leave the house, but Koreans love exploring. So if you do find someone like that who might not be Korean, who may not be a South African, that's still a community that you're building. So go with that too. Be open, unless you see that their intentions are not good, and then leave them alone. One more thing, cultural differences. There's going to be a lot of cultural differences because of we're from South Africa and they're from Korea. Africa, Asia. There's a lot of cultural differences between those two countries. Oh, not countries. Oh yeah, we're talking countries, South Korea and South Africa. But then again, continents, Africa and Asia. So there's going to be a lot of shocking things that you are going to find out. From where I come from, I didn't know that people ate snail. If they did, not in my family, not in the community where I came from, which is why I didn't know. So when I got here and I was giving kimbap, and when I was in the mirror, most of it was already in my stomach, and someone told me that I was eating a snail, I kind of felt like, why would you do that to me? But then again, I cannot go all acting up in front of people, because what am I trying to say with their food? Like, learn also to speak nicely about something that you don't like. And like, oh, I've tried it, but I don't like it. No, oh, that smells bad. It's so disgusting. No, don't do that. Be nice. It's okay for you to not like something that another culture is eating, because they're also not gonna like everything that you are making. It doesn't matter if you think it smells fabulous and wonderful and it's healthy. If they don't like it, they don't like it. So it's just going to go like that. So no judging, just experience. And then what else? What I love most about living in Korea, me personally, my own space. No one to bother me. If someone knocks on that door, if I don't want to answer it, I am not going to answer it, because who are you? I have my own space. Even my boss cannot just barge in. He or she has to tell me when she wants to come in, or why is she or he coming into my house, like what reason. Unless I call her to my house, unless there's a pipe broken or something that needs to be fixed, then yeah. But if there's nothing like that, then why is my boss in my building? So that's just the point of it. Like, I love the peace the privacy of having my own space and no one to bother me in my own space. If I want to be invisible, I'll just be invisible and no one is going to bother me. What else? I think I've covered everything that you guys need to know about coming and living in Korea. So I'm gonna try, and I think I've done enough in this video. I've said enough. Maybe I've even said things that are unnecessary, but the important parts I have covered. Thank you again for watching, and don't forget to like and comment your questions. I am here, I will answer them. If you had seen my previous videos, you've seen that I do answer questions when someone asks, because I care and I want you guys to be able to come to South Korea. And then when you do, you say, oh, Pindi got me here because apparently I got information from her YouTube channel. That would be so nice. You hired me and be like, oh, I know Pindi. Yo, imagine me famous because of you. So nice. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode. I promise it's going to be more than just me sitting down like this. I love you. Bye.